Mycobacterium tuberculosis, better known as TB, is a bacteria that flies around in droplets and can make people very sick. The even scarier part is that new kinds of TB can survive against our strongest medicines, making cures very difficult. When a person sick with TB sneezes, talks, laughs, or sings, their mouth can spray TB bacteria into the air. Once in the air, a person can breathe in TB. Once it's inside you, TB can travel deep into your lungs, finding its way to the alveoli, which are the tiny air sacs in your lungs. In the alveolus, there are special cells called macrophages, which are part of the immune system, your body's defense against infection. Macrophages are found all over the body. In your lungs, they act like a surveillance team to detect and destroy any microbe invaders you breathe in. When TB is sensed by macrophages, the macrophages go to eat up the TB. Normally, a macrophage can break down the invaders it eats, but TB is a strong bacteria, and it can live inside a macrophage that eats it and make more of itself, eventually killing that macrophage.
Give me everything.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
To control the infection, more macrophages clump together in your lung. Later on, T cells and B cells, which are other special immune cells, form a wall around those macrophages, creating a ball-like structure in your lung called a granuloma. At this point, you might feel a little under the weather, but since the granuloma keeps the TB at bay and prevents its spread, you'll recover quickly and feel normal. Steve now has what we call latent TB. However, latent TB can eventually become worse. If Steve were to get old or get AIDS, his immune system can weaken. The granuloma can then rupture, releasing the TB bacteria to infect the rest of the lung. This transition from latent to active TB can happen right after infection, after some years, or not at all. Steve can now potentially get others sick by coughing and spreading the bacteria in the air. In its active form, TB can spread to the rest of the lung, killing the cells it encounters, which can give you chest pain, shortness of breath, and a bloody cough. TB can even get into your blood and spread to your organs, like your brain, bones, spinal cord, and kidneys, causing serious damage.
What can you do to protect yourself? The first thing you can do to protect yourself from TB is to actually wash your hands using soap and water for at least 20 seconds, especially before eating. Since TB is airborne, you should cover your coughs and sneezes and ask your friends to do the same. Additionally, if you have been traveling outside of your home country, it's a good idea to get a TB skin test. This tells you if you have latent TB. But perhaps the biggest thing to stop TB and other bacteria like it in its tracks is to finish the medicines your doctors give you whenever you're sick. When your doctor gives you antibiotics for TB or some other bacteria, you need to take the full prescription, even if you start feeling better. This is so that you can actually kill all the bacteria that's present in your body. Not taking all your antibiotics would be like leaving one creeper alive after killing an entire mob horde. You still wouldn't be safe. If you don't finish your full prescription, the TB that survives can start leveling up and actually become more resistant to the antibiotic. This stronger, antibiotic-resistant TB can survive many of our modern medicines and is very difficult to cure. But by being safe and finishing our antibiotics, we can actually all work together to stop TB from hurting more people.